Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Ni hao ma, live, trends, and prosper. Hi, I'm Dr. Brian David Phillips, and today we're going to be looking at the eye plug. No, it's not a plug you put in your eyeball. Don't do that. The eye plug comes in a box or not. Mine came in a box because it came with a VR viewer as well as the iPlug itself. Fits in there, all the doohickeys, so you can get right to it. What is the iPlug? Well, you open up your box, yay, and you get this doohickey. Ooh! It doesn't look special. Actually, it looks really special. That because it is really special. All right, so this doohickey has a lens and a camera, and it's got the old icon on the back. But take this part off. I just leave mine off, and I don't have the plastic thing on here because it's useless. I pretty much just keep it in a little plastic bag so that the lens doesn't get dirty when I'm not using it. And I don't keep this on it because it is the cap that goes over the micro USB, and I have found it's a pain in the butt to get off the device. In fact, I, in my manliness, had to ask my wife, "Can you help me, please? I cannot get it off." And then she was able to pop it off. And I said, "How did you do this magical thing?" She says, "Well, it's got this groove here. You can just stick your fingernail in there." I don't have those. Most people won't have an issue. I'm just uniquely incompetent. But once you get that sucker off, boom, then you get into the meat of what this little arcane device is for. Micro USB, lens, camera, or rather cell phone that has a camera like all cell phones do. That micro USB goes into your micro USB slot, and boom, I now have two cameras on my cell phone. Okay, and if I pretend to do that, I turn on my device, and I don't want that part, do I? Go back to do all your permissions. Do you want to allow the thing to work? You can't see this because the light's too much. I'm just going to go ahead and run right through that sucker. And you notice something. Well, that looks horrible. Let me try this. Now, because we have, there you go. Because we now have two lenses, we now have two images. Okay? And you see the quality isn't that great. And also, you probably noticed that the camera phone lens here is a bit better than the iPlug lens. So we have different quality. There is magic inside the machine that will change the resolution and all sorts of things. Let me hold this sucker a little differently if I can. Okay. Now, when I point it at something over here, try to do this. When I click on my wait for adjustment, I click on that camera and it'll wait for adjustment, so that what it does is inside the camera adjusts the sizing of your material, and so they will it'll video as if they are the same resolution, same size, that sort of thing. Oh yeah, you can also do this. I can turn on the light if I need to for video and all sorts of things. Let's see here. And I've got my resolution set. And boom. Sometimes it takes a little bit more than others, but typically it'll eventually find that sweet spot for you, and it will change things. So once I press on the record, I am recording the 3D video, which I can then use to view inside the 3D viewer. Okay, let's take a look at the video quality of the piece. Now, my phone's quality of its camera is pretty good. The video quality or the camera quality for the iPlug, not so great. As you can see here, I have the video paused for us, so you can see over here we've got my phone. Lorraine looks awesome. Lorraine always looks awesome. Uh, it's very clear, very crisp. The lighting is fine. But over here we see on the right hand side, we see the iPlug. It's very soft. It's blue. So we see that the quality is a little different. Now when I first turned it on, the resolution was also different. That's because the phone camera and the iPlug lens, those two lenses are different, and so they're going to have very different things. When you shoot 3D, you really want to have the same model, make, and lens type for your cameras. The folks at iPlug have done some voodoo magic. Well, not voodoo magic, just magic, computer magic, so that they artificially change the resolution and the framing, and they process that. So that also slows things down. But you can see it's a pretty good job here. We do have some differences in height, but not too much. It doesn't throw off too much disparity for us. The coloration difference is a little annoying looking this way, but honestly when I look through a 3D viewer, you can't really see that too much, not unlike using an old-fashioned Kodak stereo camera, which had slightly different lenses, so the depth of field was different. It works fine. Let's take a look at how it runs. And we are testing the iPlug, see if the 3D works, okay? It's video. Now it seems that the iPlug, now obviously this is not typical spacing for a 3D camera, so they have to do some really weird stuff with it. Typically 3D cameras for this range, the spacing between the lenses is a bit closer. About this much maybe, but we've got a whole lot more space, so it's going to have a little bit of a hyper effect. It's not bad, it's not terrible, it's not perfect, but it is usable, and it could be quite fun for a lot of folks. It's also not expensive. This is not a very expensive device. It's just something very small that you can pop on there and do some things with. Alrighty, so you can see that there is issue with the lens, with the image quality, but not too bad for a cheap thing. If I move over here, we can see Schrodinger. That is Schrodinger the cat. Schrodinger the cat has his own web page. He has a Facebook page. I will put it link in the description, because Schrodinger is my cat. Schrodinger he's our family member. He's awesome. We have a lot of cats. My wife is cat crazy, and I kind of got infected. Now it looks really shaky here. You can see on the left hand side it feels less shaky than the right. So the original camera, it's partly shaky because, well, I'm holding it in my hand. He only does that because he owns the place. I move around him. Now I will put the two versions of this video, this sample video, on YouTube. I will put the links in the description, but essentially I will put up a 3D version straight from the camera, unedited, just up there, and in YouTube's little uploader thing, I'll say this is the 3D video so that you can see that. I do like it that it's full frame instead of half frame for this. And I will also put up the flat version so it won't say it's 3D, so you can compare the video as best you like. See how the stabilization goes. Alrighty, so you can see that there are definite differences. Obviously, your mileage will vary depending upon what kind of phone do you have. They do say that if you're micro USB, or if you don't have a micro USB, if your micro USB isn't in the middle at the bottom of your phone and your camera isn't in the middle at the top, this device is not for you. They do have a list of phones that they definitely do work with. I have a Samsung Galaxy S7. It works perfectly fine. It's very doable. Okay, your phone may or may not work, so go to their web pages. I will have the links in the description on YouTube. Go to their web pages and check that list of compatible devices before you order. Okay, that's on you to make sure that your device is compatible. Not the WeView folks, not the iPlug folks. That's on you. So double check that, okay? And it should be all good. It's a nice device. Check her out. But that's the video quality. Now let's take a look at the photo quality. They have two apps. One is iPlug 3D for video, and the other is iPlug Photo for photos. The iPlug Photo doesn't actually do much with the 3D, but it lets you do some effects with depth changing and refocusing. I don't really use a lot of apps that way for my photos. So I probably won't use the iPlug Photo much, but I will use the video thing. So this is an original photo that I took of Lorraine. She's sitting there looking awesome. She always looks awesome. But with the iPlug Photo, I could play with this a little bit real quick with just a quick boom, and all of a sudden she's popping. And so I took the original photo, I just pressed one button, boom, and we changed the focus. So she's now in focus and the background is blurred, and that enhances the image. Here's side by side. You can see the original and the newer version. And I do like the new version a lot. And so if you're into popping out photos and things like that with interesting effects, well, actually the first photo is good. I mean, this is a good photo. She's awesome. That's a good photo. This would make an excellent profile photo or something to put up on Instagram or whatever. So there you go. Those are the photos. Yay! And that is the video quality and the photo quality and all that other stuff. But the real test for the iPlug, which is designed for folks to use with Google Cardboard, this one came with it. It's a nice, it actually is a nice, fundamentally nice thing. I do take issue with one part of the design, and that is the warning they had. Warning, watching 3D video may impair your health. To which I say, bullshit. The warning is too much. It actually should be something along the lines of 3D of this type is not for young children whose eyes haven't developed yet. Study after study has shown that watching 3D or using 3D viewers can actually strengthen the eyes, can do all sorts of good things. So I think, though, I disagree with the warning. The warning is dumb. All right, so how do you use this sucker? Once you've taken your photos and all that stuff, I turn on my app. Hello, app. Go up here to the files that I've taken. I do take issue with one thing about the files and the app. You can't move it to the SD card with this phone. The Samsung Galaxy S7 is notorious for being dickish about moving apps to the SD card. Also, even you can't set the app to save to the SD card, which I think is dumb. One thing we have SD cards in our phones is to expand the memory, and they give us apps that don't let us do that. Dummies. All right, so let's open up the video. It has a little tutorial. I don't need that tutorial. Close you dumb thing. Go okay. And it'll start playing. If you know how to walleye or parallel view, you can just use that walleye viewing to watch it. But of course, most people don't know how to do that stuff. So you take your phone, you stick it in the viewer, get it playing, and you can't see because, of course, that's a dumb thing, okay? Obviously, you can't see because I'm an idiot. But if I look, it actually does look really good. It's full 3D. It worked awesome. It's an excellent, excellent toy, if you will. I don't consider this to be a fully functional, awesome 3D camera. It's not going to replace my Panasonic 3D camera. It's not going to replace my Fuji 3D camera. It's not going to replace any of my other 3D cameras. It's just a nice little device that I can carry in my pocket and use when I want to take a quick 3D. And that's really all it's for. It's a neat thing, but it's also a neat introduction into 3D for you if you've never taken 3D photos and things. And the app works fine with cardboard. You can use it with other things. I could use it with my Gear VR, my Samsung Gear, by using a side loader or something like that. But it works great. Awesome. Is it worth the price? Given all the problems with the resolution issue, sometimes it's a little off with the bluing, with the lack of definition in the device's lens. Yeah, it is. It's worth the price. It really is. I quite enjoy it. I don't see myself replacing my regular 3D cameras, and I take a lot of 3D photos and videos and things like that. But I do see it as a neat little addition I can carry around with me and once in a while shoot off some 3D just for fun. If I'm not carrying one of my other cameras with me at the moment, if I just want something I can just real quick do and use with my phone, pop in a viewer. I do have cardboard viewers that I carry around with me, and so I can just shoot something and show it to someone real quick. It's neat. So if you're interested, I will put all the relevant links in the description to this video, and have a great time. Until next time, be sure to click likey on the video, and be sure to click subscribe, and of course, most importantly, live, trans, and prosper. Until next time, this is Dr. David Phillips saying bye-bye. Bye-bye.